Oops. Oops. There we go. Thank you, my man. Oh, yo, Dave, appreciate it. All you guys out here saving lives. All right, how we doing on the what's it called? On the audio now. We doing good? Put one in the chat if the audio is good. We better? Are we better? Where we at? Is the sound good, guys? Oh boy, did we freeze? No. Perfect. All right, cool. All right, now I can continue. Now the internet's not working. All right, guys, let's see what we can do here. All right, let me just open up while I'm waiting for everything. All right, we're good. 1-1. Cool. Okay, so what this is this is actually a design by one of my good online friends. His name is Dennis. Oh boy, we got too much happening right now. The internet is like, please help. Oh, I appreciate your patience, guys. My whole computer is just like, stop. Wow, that kind of sucks. Okay. We're gonna do one thing at a time, guys. We're not gonna blow up the computer. All right, so we're gonna go back and get my music back on because I need that to perform. So hold on. But anyway, how are you guys' days going so far in the chat? Would love to know. Because we got Dave here, we have Raxa, we have Raphael. All right, boom, there we go. Got my music. Now let me go ahead and bring back Dribble back up because we need to get back into this. We need to get back into our groove. All right. And I appreciate the love for the overlays, my man D. All right, so we're gonna go back into my likes to get back into. Here we go. My man Dennis. So this is what we're gonna be making really quick today. We're gonna be live for 2 hours, of course, but I want to be doing this and I'm super excited. So I'm just going to, really quick, I'm gonna open up Dave's site because my man, he is actually the creator of what you guys may know or may not know of as, let's see. He owns a lot of, what's it called? He owns the We Love Design series here on Instagram, or really the brand, the We Love Animation, the We Love Illustration, the challenges, the branding, all that good stuff. He's a really good, my man's a dope marketer, and his website is absolutely amazing. So we're gonna go to We Love Web Design really quick, the website. Dun, dun, dun. This actually might not be it. Oh, this is just my man's. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. We love web design. Let's see what we got. Here we go. No, that's not it. Come on, guys. I saw y'all's stuff. Oh, here we go. Duh. I was like, I know he has it somewhere. So basically, he has this live up on his site. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are looking forward to the 2 hours, my man. All right, so let's see. Cool. So this is basically the interaction that he made. It's super simple, but this is one of the things that I wanted to just recreate today because I can, and it's a nice little warm up before any cool stuff that we want to get into. And I would love if you guys, feel free, you guys can link other really cool animations that you guys specifically like in the chat, and I will definitely go and check it out and see if we can do some of that stuff today. That's all I'm about. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm actually gonna just grab some of these assets really quick. Okay, I'm gonna just get the hands. And you know, a really important thing to me, guys, I think as we can all agree, because we have, you know, we have different types of designers in the comments today, or really with us here today. And I really do think as a designer, like copying other people's, okay, in learning capacity, designing and figuring out how people make their work is probably one of the best things that you guys can do. Or we can do, rather, as designers. Because it's figuring out, all right, well, how did this person make this? What exactly went into, whoops, not screenshotting. You know, what went into, you know, effort-wise, creating this sort of thing. So I'm just gonna put this here for reference. And I actually am going to make a larger artboard just so I have some space to work. Actually, I'm just gonna grab a web thing real quick. Oh no, pull that off. All right, so we're gonna work within this. And we're just gonna go ahead and pull, before we do that, I'm gonna pull up Behance really quick because that is the chat that I'm missing. And that is a no bueno. Real quick. Oh, no. There we go. All right, so we have a couple people in Behance. What's going on, guys? Where are you guys not calling in from? This is not a call-in show. Oops. I had my audio playing, but all right, let's go ahead and get cracking. All right, guys, so we're just gonna go ahead and open a card. This is super simple. I'm just gonna go into my fill, hit that linear gradient, if you know what I'm saying. I'm just gonna start picking these colors. One, click on the other one, the other circle, get my other color, all right? And let's see, it looks like it's lighter on this side and that side, maybe not a diagonal one. So we're gonna go ahead and try to do that again. Looks like the lighter side. Click on the other one. Click on the darker. All right. It really doesn't look like there's that much of a difference, to be completely honest with you. I think it's the same color, but we're just gonna lighten one side just a tad. And we're gonna pull this over here. I'm gonna pull this one down. I kind of like doing like the diagonal sort of things. So, all right, let's see. We are also, all right, cool. My computer exploded last time because I had YouTube playing the music. I had Behance chat open and I had YouTube chat open, and my computer was like, so, all right, let's see. All right, let's get into our radius. So we're just gonna raise this up real quick. I'm gonna elongate this just a little bit because, you know, that's what the card looks like. We're just gonna cross-check this really quick, just make sure we have our sizes about right. All right, don't have to be perfect. 1, 2, good to go. All right, and again, what I like to do, because you know your boy, like, there's no better way to like figure out how somebody made something by just overlaying some stuff. I never, probably like 99.9% of the time, I very rarely make anything up from scratch. I either buy my assets, I either get inspiration from multiple sources in regards to what it is that I'm trying to create. Let's see, let's go ahead. Regular, I downloaded these guys font yesterday in preparation. I did prep for this, at least, and I forget the name. I think it started with a B. Let's see. Let's see what we got. I'm actually gonna go through my files really quick and see what I downloaded because I want to, you know, I want to be as accurate as possible. And watch me have, downloaded it and deleted it. Let me see. Go to my Dropbox. Let's go to my videos, IGTV. Let's go to video assets, fonts, Benton. There we go. There you go. And we're just gonna uppercase everything. It does not look like the same font, like at all. But you know what? Whatever. We're gonna roll with it. Yeah, that does not look like the same font, like at all. All right, so we got that. We're gonna go ahead and do our €15. 15 EUR. I don't know why I did that. Let's see. Make sure, pull this across. I don't know why I did like a single line like that. That was weird. So guys, I feel like I'm talking to myself right now, which to be honest, I am. But I'd love to know what you guys are doing today. What are you guys gonna be doing this Friday? Oh, dag, we have people from Germany. David, I agree, when you see something cool, the best thing you can do is learn to recreate it, yes. All right. Cool. And also what I'm really excited about this, guys, is, I'm going to be starting to use this time not only to create additional content for what we have on Instagram, but I think this would be a great opportunity to do things like, you know, portfolio reviews. You know, I'm not entirely sure what we're gonna do with this, but I really like the interaction that I get live with people like you guys. And in the future, as I start working and partnering with other these other brands, I'm actually a little scared because they have email lists of over like 250,000. And that's what, you know, email is what gets people notified that stuff is going down. So that is how we're gonna be doing, you know, stuff moving forward, so that you guys, and I would actually like to know how many of you guys are on my newsletter. I'd be very curious to know where you guys, I think the majority of you guys typically come from YouTube, because I know Dave does. I know my man Dave does. I'm actually really skeptical about this font. I'm just gonna go in here really quick and figure out what this font is, because, you know, this Joan is lying. All right, let's type in font family really quick. It says Benson Sans. This is Benson Sans. Maybe it's just because I don't have the light version. All right, let's check something out. You would think. Hold on, let me. Well, Adobe no longer has that font, which kind of sucks. Oh wait, no, they do. All right, dope. So we're just gonna activate all these fonts really quick instead of having to ghetto download these. We're gonna go back to Adobe XD and we're gonna see if that actually works. Oh shit, it does. Pardon my language, but hey, it worked. All right, let's go ahead and Benson. All right, it has all of them. We're just gonna change all these things to the proper font really quick. Benson, I think it's this one. Yeah, there we go. We're just gonna make this bold. I didn't download the bold one yet. Hold on one sec. Let's get these thick boys. All right, hold on. The quick brown fox. All right, we're gonna that. What else I want to download? Out of curiosity, how many of those here are... Oh shit, Daniel, you're from Design Huddle. Very nice. Man, that's awesome. Yo, the sad thing about Design Huddle, my man, is like... It was very, very time intensive. My man, you know, I love my boy Ryan, but, you know, my man's got a kid. And what's going on here? Those fonts should have updated. We're gonna do this really quick. We're gonna save this. We're gonna log in or pull this off. Card, micro interaction, cloud documents. Yes, we're gonna close this really quick because we want our fonts that we downloaded to show up. All right, so we're gonna just open up XD again. And I just realized my title tags for like this video aren't even like updated to be for what we're doing here. So I gotta make sure I change that in the beginning. You know, starting stuff off. You know, it's really, you know, starting new things, you know, nobody knows all the answers, or, you know, I'm still learning, like, okay, it takes like 15-30 minutes to prep. I'm just like, oh, you know, I can just turn on the camera like I do with my other videos, and it's just like, nah, though. All right, let's see. Let's go back to Adobe Fonts. And for those of you guys who are like, well, how exactly are you getting your fonts? This is what I'm doing. Benson Sans. There we go. And basically, I was just trying to turn the font family on for everything. I just was like, give me all the things. Activate fonts. Yes, please. And let's see. We're just gonna do all that. Hopefully this immediately updates in Adobe XD. Cause please. Or maybe it just updoes another one. Let's see, medium. We'll just go with this for now. All right, guys, let's get back to designing. This is why we're here. Extra wide, book, bold, wide, bold. It literally downloaded all the things that I didn't want. All right, we're just going back to what we had before because that's just a nuisance. All right, let's go back to Benson, bold. Turn this down just a little bit. That works. That works. We're just gonna upscale this a little bit. And to be honest, one of the big things that I like so much about Adobe XD is I don't have to go into, whatchamacallit? I don't have to like be so minute about the font sizes. Obviously, you want to have consistency when you're, you know, all done, and you want to make sure that all your font sizes are, you know, you don't have 25 different fonts on your design. And let's see, we are gonna do, what does this say? And I love that little handle where I can literally just pull up and down the font size that I want. Post on one of the 4 channels. Full credits to the creator. Pay after work is selected. Excellent. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and put in, whoops. I think I just locked that layer. I don't know what shortcut I just pressed. Oh, I made it into a path. That is not at all. That was a shortcut I wasn't used to. All right, let's see. Alt FN. We're just gonna do this for now. You know what's really different between Mac and PC? I literally just switched to PC maybe like 2 weeks ago, and I have yet to figure out what that, what the key short is to get that bullet point. I don't know what it is, and we don't have a bullet point feature yet in Adobe XD. So let me actually just try to figure out what that is. I have no idea what it is. Actually, let me just look it up. Bullet point, shortcut. PC. Alt. Wow. They out here trying to like make you hit numbers and stuff. Look at this mess. Look, they're like, all you got to do for a bullet point is Alt 0149. Why? We'll do that later, guys. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do it the simple way. We're just gonna copy the bullet point. See, this is what smart people do. Watch this. Watch this. That's a good question. Dana on Behance is asking, why did I switch? Mac does not have enough power to stream. The computer that I'm using now is like super powerful. I can play all my video games. It's just like I have no problems. My Mac would like die if I was just on a Skype call or a Zoom call. It was like zzz, it was about to take off. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, you know, we can do better. And you know, I really can do all-in-one now with my with my PC. I don't have to make sure I have a million things closed. It's just smooth sailing. And let's see. I had to reset my PC during a live stream today, and the internet was like, nah, bro, not today. Yeah, dude, YouTube Live is no joke. How do you like Restream? Restream, I like Restream. You know, it is a little odd at times. Reason being is because I'm not entirely sure about the bit rate. That's actually my computer froze earlier because it was like too much. So I'm not sure if it's Restream or like my OBS is like I don't have the right settings. Man, it is let me tell you, it is a learning curve to all this. All right, so let me see. I'm gonna make this our white. Let's see. And guys, this is gonna be really super simple. That's why I asked if you guys have anything you want to design also for me to design while we're here. I mean, I have a couple that I would love to definitely do for you guys. But if you have some that you have in mind, hey, let's go ahead and do it. All right, I'm gonna change the way that this is. Oops. I'm gonna go in here, go to our fill. I'm gonna pull this up and make the light stuff go down. Just reason being is because, as you guys saw, that this was gray, but it was blending into the background. We don't want that, so we're just gonna pull it in here. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and we have our one thing. I'm just gonna duplicate this over. I am now just going to, I'm also gonna duplicate this stuff as well. Might as well. We're now going to get where this can just be deleted. We don't need, I'm gonna pull that out. All right, we're gonna get our other colors. We're gonna get our light brown, and we are going to get that dark brown. All right, now we're gonna go in, we're just gonna pull this baby up, and we're just gonna fix our other colors. Make that white. Make this 25, and let's just make everything else white as well while we're at it. Boom. And something does look a little bit different. Oh, that's why. Because it's not actually white. It's probably an off gray. I'm gonna take this, copy it. I'm gonna send it over to this. Boom. And you know what? You know what I think is interesting? A lot of people that I've worked with in the past, they didn't like when I went on and did opacity. Like everything's white here, right? And as you guys can see, these things look a little gray-esque or a little bit light brown. But I think this is like super easy to have done if I literally just make this white and hit like 60%. I think that's like the easiest thing, to be honest. So I can literally turn all these things white like that, select all of them, and just hit like 70. That's literally what I would do. 70, 70. I just think it's so much easier than like having to do, you know, the weird thing where you have to pick a color for everything. I'm all about the shortcuts. All right, we are almost there. I don't know what type of accent, even if that is an accent. Let's make this bold. Actually, yeah, let's go back in here. Let's make this bold. We're gonna go back in, make it so that says Pro. And a really cool thing about Adobe XD, guys, you can actually select this. Actually, I think it's already grouped. If I ungroup this, right, I can select my word and my button, group them, and select this padding thing, which is actually really cool. Watch what it does. So I'm gonna click this. It automatically assumes the padding between the edges of that rectangle and my actual word. So if I actually go in here and say, Brandon is drinking orange juice, like that's actually really cool. Like you don't have to redo anything. The padding stays the same the entire time. Rohan, hit that like button. Definitely, it helps a lot, guys. And so I literally can put anything in this button now and never really have to change anything. So I'm just gonna put this back to Pro. I'm gonna center it again. I'm gonna make it black. And then, let's see. I'm gonna raise the, just a little bit. Actually, no, we're gonna put it back because then it becomes a whole nother can of worms to deal with afterwards. All right, now I'm just gonna make space between all this stuff. Whoops. Rohan is asking where to find your design course. I will get there in just a second after. I'll put in the chat where you guys can find my animation course. So this is because some of you guys are asking. You guys are asking on YouTube. Give me a sec. There we go. There you go. Oh, dang. Rohan, I really do appreciate it. It's 3 a.m. over your time. Thank you so much for checking this out. All right, we are going to drop this down to 16 for right now. And we are going to increase this jump. And we'll center it just because. All right, so we did 16. And I'm just gonna copy this over to this. Keep it simple. All right, and I actually don't really care what it says on this, but I really want to get to just like the simple interaction. I'm gonna take the size of this. Let's see, height is 336. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Make sure it's the same size, and I'm gonna just pull it in. I'm gonna take the border off of this. Same thing with this. I'm gonna duplicate this so I can bring this in and just hit Control-Shift-M and make a mask so that I can hide this arm. All right, let's go back to our reference. Okay. And just for the sake of it, regular plus extras. Super simple. And I'm actually curious, David, how did you know that I was using a restream? I would love to know how you knew that. Other than that, in terms of animating and designing, I have been, let's see who asked that question, Dina. I hope I'm saying your name right. Dina, I have been animating and designing for over 9 years now. And I love it, man. You know, I love just making cool stuff and just showing how it's done. I love talking with people. I love dealing with other, or not dealing, but talking with other creatives and just sharing stories, making cool stuff together. And even if it's something that's super like silly, I love to, you know, just make stuff that I'm happy to make. You know what I mean? So the name is Dina. Good to know I got it the second time. Good screen, real estate. All right, cool. Now we get into the actual animating. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. All right, here we go. Let me get. So this is what we're gonna do. On hover, we're just gonna do the point up. And it also looks like there's a shadow thing initiated, so we're gonna do that. Super easy. So let's get into this, all right, guys? So Adobe XD is actually really dope to the point where I'm just gonna hit Command K to make this a component so I can make a hover state, which is just a click of a button, hover. And here, this is the thing. This is why I love Adobe XD. Reason being is because people don't know how easy it is to animate. I literally can do default hover state. So default state is fine, hover state. All we're gonna do now is we're gonna click into this component. We're gonna get into we're gonna find our mask. with our image, we're just going to go, let's see, let's take a look at it again. It points out and twists a little bit. All right, cool. So we're gonna pull this out, and we're also gonna change the mask. As you guys can see, the finger does not go outside the box. What we're gonna do is, since we're on the hover, we're gonna create a couple of extra anchor points here. Just pull this up, boom. And now I've got a finger outside. Now, there's a difference. This is what's happening in the default state, hover state. And we're gonna go back to the hover state. We're gonna do a little rotation now. Rotation, and pull this out just a little bit. And this is what it's gonna look like. Okay, we're gonna go back to default state, prototype, play. We didn't do auto animate. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we are going to click on this. The trigger is hover. We want it to auto animate, ease in, ease. We want to do snap. All right, we're gonna do 6 seconds. Excellent. So let's see. No, it's still on transition. What's going on here? Trigger, hover, auto animation. What may have happened is, let's see, let's go back to our mask. Image is number 1. Let's go to hover. Image is number 1, but now there's a path. So what needs to happen is we're gonna go back to default state. We're gonna open back our mask. There's a difference. There's an image 1. Let's do this really quick. We are going to make this a path. Oops. Oh. Interesting. I wonder why this is showing here. Path 2. What is this rectangle? That's the mask. Okay, let's take a look at this. Let's go back to hover, mask, path 1. I'm actually going to copy this, and I'm going to go back to our default. Go back into the mask. I'm going to copy it in here. I'm going to delete this rectangle because all right, this is what we're gonna do before we even do our component. That's the one thing about Adobe XD. You have to make sure that everything in your hover state and in your default state are absolutely the same. So if you start creating stuff that doesn't exist in either, if you create something in the hover state that isn't in the default state, it won't animate, or at least correctly. All right, so we're just gonna keep getting our Control Z back until we don't have a component. All right, so we're gonna group, that's what it was. All right, I'm gonna select all this, Command or Control K, component here. All right, we have rectangle 3 and number 1. Excellent. All right, so now this should be fine. Hover state. We're now in the hover state. We're gonna click on this, go into our mask. We're going to select this rectangle, which should be, we're actually gonna select our finger. We're gonna pull it up just like we did last time, rotate a little bit. And we're now going to click into our mask. Whoop, that is not our mask. Here's our mask. Dun, dun, dun. I'm gonna put points in this. This is odd. There we go. Much better. Okay. That was almost annoying. All right, we're here. We're gonna play. Let's see. There we go. At least we got the hand. We'll have to figure out the background now, which is probably really simple. We'll figure out what that is. All right. We're gonna open up our component again. We're gonna go into here, our rectangle 1. Rectangle 1, what is this? This is our background. Okay, now let's take a look at this. Let's see, hover state. It's called a path. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go, we don't want the path, we want the rectangle. So we're gonna copy from our default, we're gonna go back into our hover state. We're gonna open back our component, and instead of it saying path, we're gonna just copy our rectangle in here. We're gonna delete path because really what was happening is Adobe XD was thinking that this rectangle that we had in our default state wasn't associated with the path that we had in our hover state. So this should be fine. And if it isn't, I have no idea. Okay. All right, we're gonna have to figure this out. That is so weird. All right, let's try something, guys. Let's go to the hover state really quick. I'm gonna turn this rectangle. What is this? All right, that's that. Let's turn this off. I'm really curious to see what is happening. All right, let's go back to our default state. Let's play. Right, that is exactly what should be happening. I don't know why there is a drift or a moment where there's no background. Cover. Boom, let's turn this baby back on. All right, let's just make sure all the numbers are right. 24, component, rectangle 1. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, like I said before, rectangle, Adobe XD is really picky about the names. The names aren't right. They will make it seem as if they won't know that they're related, basically. This should totally be fine now. Let's go back to default. There we go. All right, so it was a simple problem. I don't know why that was happening. Okay. Okay, my stress is over. Everybody, let me just get like a sip of the orange juice. Why is it that? Actually, yeah, dude, I totally understand. Okay. Let's see. Let me check on YouTube really quick because I'm like I have bisected what's it called? Yeah, man, Dave. Let's see. Did you? Hold on one second, guys. All right, Daniel's asking on YouTube, did I understand correctly? DH is no more. In any case, plans for another podcast. Man, oh yeah. So Design Huddle is, as of right now, it is no more. So this is the thing. This is what me and Ryan had planned. We had so much like planned, but you know, we were gonna do so much with this. We were gonna have like a show. We were gonna have obviously, you know, some stuff about us. We had so much planned for the podcast. We were even gonna do blog posts and stuff like that, but we really got, you know, sidetracked, and not so much sidetracked, but we had a lot of stuff happening. I have a show that's going to be happening soon, and I'm doing a lot more stuff with Adobe on Adobe Live. I'm doing a lot more of the you know, brand partnerships that are coming up, so a lot on my plate. And you know, Ryan has, you know, he has a family, he's got a son, and he's got to do his thing. He's got to take care of them. So we both just agreed for now, especially as he was moving and there's a lot of you know, stuff going on for both of us, to just break. So content right now. It's mainly just me, my own personal stuff, and just moving on to the next thing. I appreciate you guys asking about that. Yeah, Rax, you know, well, it's not no more. It's, you know, stuff is other stuff is in the works. So, Ron, I'm glad you're digging this. All right, so where are we at? All right, so I want to get into creating the shadow on this. Let's start by, let's go to our rectangle really quick. So what I'm gonna do is, because things are a little funky, I'm gonna duplicate this. Rectangle 1, we now have a rectangle 7. All right, I'm gonna name it rectangle shadow. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put a mini shadow on it, and I'm gonna just blast the border real quick. Make sure it's a little bit further out. Turn the opacity down on this. Oops. And you know, sometimes guys, let's actually look at this again. Alright, let's go back in, rectangle. I actually want to use like a color that we actually have in here. Oh snap, that is heavy. Alright, let's turn that joint down. Okay. Let's make it more at the bottom. Let's turn this blur just a little bit. Let me bring this in just a tad more. We're gonna turn the opacity down just a little bit. Yeah, definitely. We always gotta keep hustling, Rex. All right, let's see. So I'm just gonna, we're gonna leave this rectangle just like that. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these other bits. I'm just gonna select all of them and I'm just gonna push them up. Oops. Let's do this. I want to turn the fill off on this. Oh, I can't do that. All right, we're gonna do white then. So I'm gonna select everything and I'm just gonna push it up just a tad. Just like 10 pixels. Now what I'm gonna do with this, because as you guys can see, this looks a little funky, right? What I'm feeling almost inclined to do. Oh, that's why it was on linear, solid. I want white, okay? And now that also looks funky. All right, I was trying to avoid doing this, but this is what I'm gonna do. I wanna make this color the background. I am going to blur the object, and I'm actually gonna make it smaller. I'm gonna bring it down here. All right, I'm gonna turn the opacity down just like this. I'm gonna blur this joint out. There we go. So now it's like the shadow at the bottom. And now let's see, let's go back to our component. We're on the default state. We want the inverse. So what we want this to be hover. So we're gonna just put everything back really quick. I wanted to just test everything out. So we're gonna push this down 1, and we are actually going to, I'm gonna leave this here, and we're actually gonna pull the opacity all the way down. All right, great. So now we're gonna go back to our component, go to hover, open this baby up, and we're gonna go to we're gonna just select all this, right? And we're just gonna hit shift and our up arrow just to push it up. And we're gonna go to our shadow, and we're now gonna turn the opacity all the way on. And now let's check this out. There we go. Super simple. You don't have to deal with keyframes. Obviously, the shadow can be turned down just a little bit, and yeah. So far so good. In the chat, how are we doing, guys? Are we digging? Are we not digging? How's everybody's night? Are we also drinking orange juice? What's happening? And also, I really have to figure out, like, as I am doing this, email is most effective because I can give you guys the direct link to this, but Instagram is difficult to get people here, you know? And I think everybody, I know Dave, you can concur with this. What is it? Routing people through social media is difficult unless they are from that platform. I don't have anything on YouTube. I don't have anything on Behance. So it's like starting brand spanking new. Rex is like, we gonna have some wine soon. I dig it, my man. What kind? David, I appreciate. I appreciate all of that. I was gonna say wisdom, but that's not wisdom. Encouragement. All right, so let's get into this other bit. All right, so I'm gonna pull this hand in because I feel like it's being a little shy. Let's actually take a look at this. I'm going to match the height of these hands, so at least, you know, they on the same level. You know what I'm saying? I know 2 is better than 1 in the hand, but we're gonna do this. All right, so we out here like really closed. All right, deal. And red wine is good. You know, I love port, to be honest with you. That is my favorite. Okay, let's see. What are we doing, guys? All right, we're gonna select everything here. Command-Shift-K. I think that's what it was. Okay, or I'm just gonna hit this plus to make it a component. All right, default state, it's already good. We're Gucci, you know what I'm saying? We're just now gonna make the hover. Brow. We're gonna get our hand. I'm gonna turn this to the hover state just so I can judge where this is at as well. Set another guide, just so we don't have one finger that's like exploding more than the other. We're gonna go here, we're gonna pull this up to that thing. We're gonna pull it out just a little bit. Oh, not that far. And we're gonna do a little animation just out, just like that. I hope I had it on hover. Yes, okay. I was like, oh no. This is what we're gonna do. So we are going to, I'm just gonna go in this component and I'm gonna steal that rectangle shadow. I'm just Command or Control C, come over to my other component, make sure I'm inside of it, and paste it. Bring it below my other rectangle here, and make sure I also drag it over to the center of my element here. Awesome. Now, because we're in hover state, I want to make sure that the rectangle shadow is also rectangle shadow 2, so jump does not get jacked up. Like I said, layers are everything in Adobe XD, and the naming is very important, especially with animations. I'm gonna turn the opacity down. I'm now gonna go to a hover state. I'm actually also gonna go fix this hand as well. Here, we're in the mask. We're just gonna go to this rectangle for the mask. I'm gonna just pull that up, super simple. And I am gonna go to the rectangle, and now that we are in the hover state, I'm gonna turn the opacity up. I think that should be good. I'm gonna turn this component down to default, and I'm gonna turn this component down to default. Ooh, I forgot. All right, let's go do this. Hover, I'm gonna set another guide to make sure the height of this block, so that when this hovers, you also bring that everything to that height. So we're gonna double click in here. We're gonna select everything but the rectangle shadow, and this component, everything but the rectangle shadow, and we are just gonna shift and 1 key up. All right, Raxa, peace out. Virtual dinner party. I think you should try MMS. Also, people to enter these phone numbers to get. That's actually really smart. Oh, yeah, I definitely should do that, Dave. That's actually really smart, cause like it's simple to get in on. I mean, do you do text message scheduling or all that stuff? I literally was trying to do like a timed MailChimp thing today, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I literally just pressed send or send, like what is it called? Send automatically or whatnot. Or I sent manually. But I think Twilio would be really smart, especially people are always on their phone. Let's see, Raphael is saying, Brandon, sometimes I see something that I can't tell how they made it, so I can't copy it. What do you think about that? It's usually graphic heavy, images, etc. Let me explain something like that. So here's the thing. When it comes to graphics, for example, let's just hop over to stuff like Behance, because that's, to be honest, Behance has some of the craziest designers in the frickin' world, and they just astound me with stuff that I'd never be able to do. And I could do it if I put time into it, but it's just, we have different efforts, right? So the stuff that I see here, it's incredible. It would take me tons of time to do, and I'm just like, all right, well, first off, how would I even be able to do any of this? So for example, this 3D stuff. The next step, it's all about how you think about things. So it's like, okay, I see something amazing. I have no idea how this is done. Then the next step is, okay, or my next immediate thought is, how do I learn this? So 3D design in Photoshop for games. There will be tons of, and it's just all about Googling. You find people who have tutorials who do the cool stuff that you're trying to figure out to do. And this is what I would do. So there's the drawing process of how people do certain things. There's tutorials, and this is where I would start, to be honest with you. So I hope that answers your question. All right, so actually let's get back to this. I think we're actually pretty good. I think this is actually a done project. Uh-oh. The other one, go back to default. Whoops. Let's bring this back. 1, 2. Super simple. And we can also drag out. If we want to go to prototype, we can actually like snap a lot better. We're gonna do 0.6. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Snap. We'll do 0.4. We'll do 0.4. I want to see the difference between the two. You see how snap has more swing to it? I like that. That's just a little too slow for me, the 0.8 or the 0.6. So we're gonna go back to 0.4. I think that's it, guys. Done deal. So that is what we have for this. And let's just hop to another one. I love doing, this is great practice for me. I love to know that you guys are seeing the process of this. And so I'm just gonna save this and we'll hop to the next interaction. All right, let's go back to Dribble. Where is Dribble? All right, let's see. We're gonna close all this good stuff up. All right, what else we got? So I absolutely love that. I wanted to try this, guys. I mean, there's so many cool, larger things that we could do, to be honest with you. We have a whole nother hour here, but I kind of want to show you, I mean, this stuff is super simple. I want to do the RGB, and I want to show you guys how to do something like this. Or we could even do, I'm gonna let you guys choose in the chat. Do we want to do the RGB buttons, the extra menu interaction, or the delete items? I'm gonna take a sip really quick and I'm gonna let you guys duke it out in the comments really quick. And Dina's asking, are there any other Adobe programs or just do I use Adobe XD and Photoshop? Personally, I only use Adobe Photoshop, Adobe XD. I mean, that's literally all I have on my my desktop at the moment. I barely step into Adobe Illustrator. These are the main two things. I want to try to dabble in Dimension, but I have yet to do so. So I hope that answers your question. But I would love to know, let's see. Oh, I wish I could make this in Adobe XD soon. I have some intel that some really cool stuff is happening in Adobe XD with the help of the Anima plugin in about 2 weeks, and I cannot wait to showcase that stuff to you guys, to where you'll be able to design and animate all within Adobe XD, and to be able to push that as a website or an app, or really, web stuff, landing pages live, within a single click of a button. But I actually want to try this, guys. I want to see what we can do with this. All right. So I'm just gonna open up a new project. I'm gonna open up a. I'm gonna make a single button. Round it a little bit. I'm gonna make it dark. Get a little blue tint to it. There we go. All right, so let's try this. Put my. Let's try this. I'm just gonna do RGB effect. And let me. I have a really I love this font. Tungsten. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But I love how it looks, how tall it is. Let's see. I'm gonna do light. Cool. All right, let's try this. So we got it all centered up. We're gonna group it. We can turn our padding on, so we can do that awesome if we wanted to, so that the padding stays the same. But we're gonna just start with one. We're gonna start with one. Let's see. We are going to copy and paste this rectangle. Why is it huge? All right, we're just going to copy, go outside of the group, paste it, and we are going to offset it by just a little bit here. Turn off the border. And I'm actually gonna offset it just a tad less. I'm gonna turn the opacity down to 5 so I can see what I'm doing here. And I am just gonna, this is gonna be like a test, guys. Not entirely sure what to expect. Oop, I am duplicating too much here with this. All right, let's see. We're gonna go, we have our red. I'm actually gonna go, instead of hex, I'm gonna do RGB. I wonder if we do 0, 2, oops. Okay. Turn that border off. Oops. I'm really curious. Let's go back to this really quick. I wonder if this is what does the effect. I want to just test something really quick. And this might not be how it's done at all. Huh, that's actually really cool. Oh, I wonder if this is how it's done. I wonder what happens if we make this and we take this away. We just make it 0. Oh my gosh, guys, we figured it out. All right, cool. We're just gonna center all this. Something is too big, and I don't know what it is. That's the same size, that's the same size. And I'm just gonna duplicate that and make it so that this is 255, oops, 0, 0. Excellent. So now everything is white, everything is on lighten. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take this. We're just gonna Control X, paste it here, and we are going to align everything together here. Let's see. Oh wait, hold on. Delete button. Oh, we want. Oh dang. Hold on. Let me do this. We have one RGB, one delete button, two delete buttons, two RGB. All right. It was basically a split. All right, we're doing what we planned. All right, cool. So we now we basically have 3 different things here, which is actually really dope. So let's see what happens here. We're going to group this, put our padding on, and we are actually going to do Control K to make our component, do our hover state. Now, what I'm gonna try to do, let's see, I need to see what color this is. I have no idea what color this is. Oh. That's freaking weird. Okay, this is cyan. How are they all cyan? What is happening here? Oh, guys, I know what happened. I know what I messed up. Okay. I hit this padding thing that we actually don't want, because we don't want everything to be consistent with one another. We want to be able to move them freely. All right, so this is red. This should be green. Cyan. All right, now let's try this. So we want red to pop out here. Oh, wait. Component, hover. Excelente. Okay. Red, cyan, green. Maybe green stays and cyan moves. Something like that. But I think we moved too much. We just want like a little bit. Like 1, 2. Let's move everything back really quick. Red, we just want 1, 2. Green stays center. Cyan, we're gonna move it. 1, 2. And we're gonna do it again. 1, 2. All right, cool. So let's see what happens. Let's hook this baby up. We're gonna prototype it. It already should be. Let's do snap. Let's do 0.4. Let's try. Very nice. But let's step that up a notch, guys. We can do more. So we're gonna do a little bit more too. So we have our component red. We're gonna do 2 up and 2 to the right. 1, 2, 2. Same thing with our cyan. 1, 2 bottom, 2 left. All right. And now we're gonna go back to default, and we're gonna go back to hover, because I want this to elevate just a little bit. But the issue is here is you guys can see these are the confines of this component, right? I want to be able to move all of this stuff up. I'm gonna control all this. So I want to be able to move everything up without having, because if you just move the component, when you are on default and you're on hover, you just move it on both sides of the animation. So let's see, and I'll show what I mean in just a second. So I'm gonna push all this up once, and just shift up arrow, and if I go back to default state, oh, it actually stayed. Huh. Interesting. I'm gonna do one more thing because I feel like I'm missing a color. There's more cyan than anything. So I'm going to put cyan. Let's see what happens if I put green on top of everything. Because I feel like there's a color missing, guys. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's just me. Because basically it is cyan, green, yellow. I want more green. I think that's the thing. And so that shows between the red. Nah. So what do we do? Let's go back to our thing here. How is it showing purple? Huh. All right, let's see what happens if I move cyan. Nothing. Let's see what happens when I move red to the top. Nothing. It's just more yellow. Interesting stuff, guys. This is stuff that I feel like I should have learned in like science class, but I'm just like, I don't know. I'm sure you've seen stuff from Cuberto. If by any chance not, do yourself a favor. Yo, Cuberto, I think, yeah, they are absolutely like fire. They're amazing. I share their stuff all the time. All right, so far, I feel like I think the only reason I can see all the colors here is because they're doing that shift. I'm actually going to change the font here really quick. We're going to go with that Benton Sans or whatever that we did last time. I kind of dug the wide bold that they had earlier. I feel like this fits what we're doing. So we're just going to pull that down. Bring this centered. All right, cool. So we have our component. All right, and we are gonna go back to default state. Oh, Lord, we have to change the font. All right, so this is Benson wide bold. That's another thing we have to be careful of. Like if I played this, like look, default play, it's gonna glitch because there's two different fonts here. See? It's like, it's a little funky. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna go here. We're gonna type in Benson Sans. I'm gonna do that wide medium. I think it was wide medium. I don't know. Guys, my memory is so bad. All right. Wide bold. All right. Wide bold. Cloud. All right. What was the size? 17. Boom. Oops. There we go. And now this should be fine. There we go. I wish there was more green though, guys. And we literally can, because this is a component, I literally can just say, okay, another one. What does this say? Resume new game settings. Let's do... Gonna center this. Okay. And I'm actually going to, let's see. And by the way, guys, because this is the master component, when I change anything to this, everything else follows. Since this is, you'll see this diamond isn't green, only the outline is. This one is filled with green, which means it's the master. If I change this one, which is, we're gonna change it to new game, it doesn't change any of the other ones. We're just gonna go ahead and center this. And we're gonna change this to settings. And that should be just fine. All right, cool. So let's check this. I know there's gonna be a text issue because we have yet to change, exactly. We have yet to change the ones in the actual component hover. Exactly. So resume, this should be new game. We're gonna center this. And same thing with this. Go to the hover, we're gonna just do settings. And we're gonna center that. Default. Now let's check. Oh, what we gotta fix that. Boom, center. All right, there we go. Now everything should be good to go. All right, let's check it. Boom, resume, new game, settings. Pretty simple stuff, guys. I like that. And if we wanted to make it a little bit more smooth, we can go to prototype. We can go to, oh, we already have it on Snap. That's another thing I like about Adobe XD. If you have previously, what's we call it? Used settings in Adobe XD, it realizes what they were and applies them to the other things that you're trying to animate, which is really cool. It does save time. So yeah, this is another, again, this is how I would do RGB button. All right, save that. Let's go on to another one. All right, let's do the trash now. Let's do the trash. Let's go. I think this is gonna be a little bit more, it's cooler. It's a little bit more complex. It's something that's different. But let's hop into this. After my orange juice, all right. All right, double checking the chat, make sure everybody is alive and spanking. All right, cool. So let's just get into our second bit. We're gonna do a new file. Here, we're just going to open up another bit here. Easy day. We're just gonna make sure that this is, I kind of want to do like, you know, due diligence where we have all the colors and all that stuff right. So we're gonna just screenshot this, go to our new thing, have this here as our reference. I'm gonna go in and do our fill back color, and I'm just gonna get the size of this button. Boom, border off. Whoops. I'm just going to make sure I have the border radius. Just a little, you know, just a little bit right there. We're gonna turn these in, good enough. Pull this off. There we go. And now we're just gonna type delete item. And we're just gonna bold that. We might be able to medium. Regular? Nah, that's not it. Semi-bold? We can get there with that. We can get there with that. And now trash. So this is actually a really cool plugin that Adobe XD has, Control-Shift-P. Icons for design, where I literally can just type in any sort of thing and get an icon, which is actually really dope. I don't have to go online and search for stuff. It's all in Adobe XD, and they're SVGs, so I can change the color of them, which is nice. There we go, white. Boom. Control, oops, let me go ahead and align these really quick. 1, 2, 3. All right, great. I'm gonna group these really quick, center them. Let me see. All right, so we're good here. We have a little bit of a shadow underneath, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on our rectangle and just add that in. Just a tad bit, you know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that it is, the shadow is at least, I kind of want it to be the same blue-ish. I'm gonna take this border out. I just wanted to save the color. So we're in here, go to our shadow. We're gonna turn it, make it dark, or at least put it to that color. And then we're just gonna pull it down. That works. And pull it down. We're gonna also blur it out just a bit. Just drop it down in the Y settings. Excellent. And we're gonna make this a little bit bigger. Reason being is that, you know, in the below example, it looks like it's a little bit bigger. Make these centered. Center that again. All right. Might have overdone it just a little bit. Here we go. That works. Center that. And this is what we're gonna go ahead and do. We're gonna just, whoa, group that, pull this over into our artboard. And now let's take a look at this animation, because this is actually really dope. Alright. So it animates into a open box in which paper goes through. Alright, so let's start with that. So when this gets clicked, and I want to make sure, because I've actually never done this before in Adobe XD. Oh, sweet. Excellent. All right, so it's actually editable. All right, that's another good thing about Adobe XD. If this, you have a SVG, you can actually edit the points of the illustration rather than a PNG. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this a little box. So we're gonna go ahead. I want to create another artboard because this is a different type of animation. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go take this trash from what it was here. Just wanna check the layers really quick because I wanna see, all right, they're set up to different paths, which is awesome. That means it's editable. I'm going to make our little box first. Let's see. I'm gonna screenshot this so I don't have to keep going back and forth. Whoops. There you go. Here you go. Boom, copy that here. And I'm just gonna start. Oops. Accidentally put it inside the component. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna make this smaller so I can put it next to my artboard, or at least here, and I can just copy. Let's see. Sorry for the ear picking. All right, let's deal with this. All right, so we are gonna take this and we are just gonna go 0, 0. And we actually can pull this off the artboard here. We're gonna bring this to the center. Excellent, and now we're gonna make this square sort of thing, which is actually being really cool. I'm actually really excited about this because I have yet to do it. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna click on these handlebars. We're going to push these up just by a little bit. I'm gonna pull these out. Oops. Widen this out just a little bit. I'm gonna uncurl these by double clicking. Boom, boom. You see how everything's straightened out? That is another great feature of Adobe XD. So now we're going to get into this section, these sections. We're gonna square these out. I'm gonna push these out just a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Same thing with this. 3. And now I'm gonna go into these and just push them. I'm gonna do it a little bit manually so I can match these up. Excellent. Excellent. And now I'm gonna come in here and select all of these. There we go. So we have our trash can, so to speak. We're just gonna widen this up just a little bit. 1, 2. 1, 2. We're gonna bring it in on one each side. 1 and 1. Okay. Let's see. So now we have that. We're actually gonna take these away. We're gonna go 0, 0, click on the other one, 0, 0, and that just turns the opacity down all the way. And what we can do is we can actually extend this a little bit. So we're gonna click on all these points because they are editable, and we're just gonna go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. So we now have our little trash can, which is dope. Let's check this out, because I'm really excited to see what this looks like. So we're just gonna prototype really quick. On click of this element, we're gonna come over here. We are going to do animation. We're gonna change from transition to auto animate. We're gonna do snap and 0.4, and we're gonna zero this out, turn the opacity down on that. So let's check. Excuse me. Let's check out what this looks like. That's pretty quick. I actually did not like this one animation piece here, where delete just went to the left. I actually want it to drop down. So let's try that. Nice. And I want once I'm just gonna send it back just for a really quick like once we click on this, we're gonna send it back here. And like I said before, because it remembers your settings for your animations, it already set it to auto animate, snap, and 0.4, which I absolutely love. It saves me a couple seconds from having to go back and forth. So this is what we have so far. I just want it to go down. Let's see. What should we do, ladies and gentlemen? And I also need it to be within a mask. Let's see. So what we're gonna do, this is our group. Okay, so we're actually gonna go and put a rectangle here. This is actually gonna be our mask. I'm gonna select our group and our rectangle here, hit Control-Shift-M. Excellent. So now I'm gonna have to do the same thing over here. So I have mask group 1. I'm gonna have to take our rectangle that we have here. I'm gonna copy it so that I can bring it over here, because as you know, as you guys, if you watched from our other, our other bit, it's very important to have the same exact layers, same exact folder names. So with this, we are in group 2 mask. This is rectangle 2, group 1. All right, so let's check this out. This is group 2. This is group 2. So within group 2, we have group 1. Okay. And then we have our icon stuff. Great. And then we need to have our mask. So it's group 2 mask. Excellent. All right, so now we're just gonna select everything here and Control-Shift-M. Excellent. We're now gonna go inside, delete. We're actually gonna get the coordinates of this really quick, so that when we select this, the delete item actually stays in the same X position, but because before I accidentally moved it at a diagonal, now we're leaving it the same X position this was, and so now it should just drop down. And now with the mask, we shouldn't see it go off the button. See, this is what this happens when things just transition like that. That means the layers have broken, and that in animating, Adobe XD cannot find the layers that you're trying to animate and transition into from artboard to artboard. So let's take a look at this. Mask group 1, mask group 2. Yep, so I'm gonna change this to 1, and let's see this rectangle. This is called rectangle 2. Let's take a look at this rectangle, rectangle 2. All right, that should have fixed it. Let's play. There we go. See, you guys? That's the tricky stuff that you have to keep in mind with Adobe XD. All right, let's keep moving. As I get hair in my mouth. All right, Dina, you are asking, what is your favorite feature in Adobe XD? My favorite feature is the animation. To be honest, like, it would take so long to get something like this in After Effects, and I just think this is super simple. It's super slick, and I don't think any platform really offers it to the extent that Adobe XD does. It's super quick. All right, let's see. We are here. What are we doing? My brain just went. What's happening, guys? What is happening? Oh, lol. We have to go back to the animation. That's why. All right, let's see. So we get that little small paper. It looks like we're gonna have to screenshot that because we don't have that asset. I'm just gonna take this. I'm gonna go into Photoshop, Control New. Get this little bit in here, and we're just gonna select the white. Whoops, turn that tolerance down. And I'm just gonna take this thing. Okay. Control. I'm just gonna save it here. Let's see. Quick export PNG, desktop. Quick and easy. So now I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna go to my desktop really quick. Pull this. There we go. Hey, we got some funky edges here. That's fine. If need be, I can just click in, go to Edit Photoshop. It should open up a new instance where I literally can just crop to size, and it will in real time. Once I save, Control Save, it should automatically make the changes in Adobe XD. So this is another thing I really like about Adobe XD and the Adobe ecosystem, is that all the things really play well together in the entire ecosystem. That's one thing that they have over all the other competitors, or their other their other competitors. They have an ecosystem, not just a really dope software. Okay, let's get into making. All right, comes into the trash can, gets shredded. All right, so now we are going to, here, it goes from there, comes into this. We're gonna make this a little bit smaller so it like fits into the trash can. Here, here, here. And what we're gonna do is we're also going to, we're gonna make a mask, okay? Turn off the border just so I can see. Bow. All right, I'm gonna select this and our little thing here. I'm gonna mask. Control Shift M. Reason being is once we move this from here, right? Once we move this from here to here, I don't want people to see it, okay? So we want this here, or at least not yet, not yet. So we're gonna bring this, and we're gonna move this mask really far up here. And this is what we're gonna do. So we have this, we're gonna pull this out again. We're actually gonna go in here and we're gonna bring this pretty far up. We're gonna hit 0 so it doesn't, the opacity goes down here. And here, what we're gonna do, and I'll show you guys this in a second. We'll play it in just a second. Oops. We're gonna go in here and pull this all the way down into there. And now this is what this is gonna look like. We're gonna go into our prototype. We're gonna do a timed trigger. And what this is gonna do, we're gonna do 0 delay because we want it to go directly from this screen to this screen and show what's happening here. So let's give it a try. So we click in. All right, you guys see that? It was super quick. Now we're gonna open up. We're gonna turn the duration to like, let's do 3 seconds. Now let's see that, we'll slow it down a little bit. Delete item. Boom. See, like in After Effects or anything else, this takes so long. It takes so long just to get this. So this is what I like because you can actually prototype something. It's super simple. You can immediately show this to your team to get feedback. We've done 3 projects with animation in a matter of just 2 hours. We have 20 minutes here. I've barely drank my orange juice. And I'm super excited about this, guys. All right, so what's next? We have to get those blue lines as well. So we're gonna duplicate this again, because as soon as this hits that location, we want that shredding sort of effect to happen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this similar thing that we did last time. We need 3 bars, right? There's probably 4, it really doesn't matter. Go ahead and just make them tiny. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. And I am going to I just want to get this color, this blue color. Oops. So I'm gonna get this eyedropper. Boom. Pull this to the center. And what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna hide this here, but let's see what happens. I'm gonna pull this in just a little bit. I'm gonna evenly distribute them, or just pull them in just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or this works. This works. Hold on 1 second, guys. Yeah, that works. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull this to the center. Get in the center, guys. All right, boom. And we are gonna do a mask. Actually, wait. Let me group this. Grouped. Excellent. Now I'm going to mask. Turn that border off. Get this. Move this down a little bit. Now I'm gonna do a mask. Control-Shift-M. I'm gonna double click in, and now I'm just gonna edit the mask because I only want to show what is within here. So now I can move, I'm gonna edit the mask one more time, click in, pull this down. Okay. Now I'm gonna double click this, and I'm gonna pull this up, okay? I'm gonna take that element here, this mask, copy, and I'm bringing it over here. Control C, Control V. For some reason it ended up over there. I have no idea. All right, there we go. That works. Now we should have our group where we can now pull them here. Now let's start to see where this is at. Let's see. So we're here. Let's get into, what am I trying to do? Prototype. Go over. We have we want this on time. Auto animate, snap, 3 seconds. We'll go ahead and do 1 second. All right, so let's try this out. From the beginning, we have delete item, boom, comes in and gets shredded. It's a little late. There must be some delay on there. We're just gonna pull this off really quick. So let's see, let's check our delay. Duration, 1 second. And this is, all right, so there's no delay. Let's find, let's just look here. Huh. Oh, you know what that is? Okay. We're gonna pull this off too. Why does it keep pulling that in? If you guys see, there's like a little flying thing in, and it's this silly thing that really shouldn't be there. Let's try it again. So we're here, we're gonna play. Comes in, gets thrown out. We want it like automatic. Let's see if we can do this. This might get kind of tricky. Because if we do too many things on one artboard, it gets a little funky. So we can try this. Let's see. Because if I pull this mask stuff over here. Because let's see, we're here. What is this one? This is the one when it goes down and it finishes here. Let's try 0.2. Let's try that. We'll see what happens. Boom, comes through. Nah. So we're gonna undo that. It's this one. Let's do 0.6. All right, let's try. There we go. That was a little bit quicker. But I would love to see it just a little bit more. Comes through, boom. I want to at the same time, but that gets really, really difficult. Reason being is because if they just get played at one time, stuff gets a little funky. They'll just play at the same time. It's difficult to have timing in the same artboard, which is why we're doing it the way that we're doing. We can try, but it might result. Let's try 1, 2. Let's move this. We're gonna try, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to try. We're gonna pull this here, and I think this will work. Oh, that was weird. Okay, what happened? There was like a million things happening. Okay, let's unhook something just so we can see, diagnose some stuff. So I click this. Why did it go the other way? Let's see, mask 3. Let's go in and see. So we're here, but where is mask 3? Let's go into the mask and let's see. All right, so it's coming from here, it goes down, and it should be down here, but I think what's happening is it's also, yes. All right, now let's try. Yeah, you see how it's like it's too much? Like, let's go back. It all happens at the same time. So, let's see. Because it's in this one that goes down. So that's up there. We're actually going to delete this mask here. We don't want that there. We want our mask. We want this to be up here right now. Okay, I think we're onto something, guys. Mask, rectangle. All right, let's try this. This might work. Close, but you see how everything just executes at the same time? That's the funky issue that we run into by doing this. Or, let's see, if we pull, one thing that you can kind of get away with in Adobe XD is if you do the farther away you animate or bring something away from the artboard, the later it will occur in the animation. So we're gonna try to pull that away from the artboard and see what happens. Ooh, that was close. That was closer. Prototype, let's make this 1 minute, or 1 second rather. Actually, yeah, let's make it 1 second. All right. Ooh, dang guys, we are out here. Okay, let's do that one more time. Let's try to finagle something. I'm glad we did that because I really want to show. A lot of people say that, oh, you know, Adobe XD doesn't have timing. And I'm like, look, listen, it's about how there is a way to make it so that there is timing. And it's the further away something is from the artboard. Like for example, we have this layer, which is our thing that comes down first. That's gonna show first. And then the second piece, which is our shredded icons, further out from the artboard. And we're gonna play that again. I'm actually gonna pull this up just a little bit more. There we go. And I'm going to actually go to our prototype thing again. I'm gonna extend this to our 3 seconds, to be honest. Let's go back again. There we go. Let's try it one more time. Now that does go a little bit fast. So what I'm gonna, you know, the animation that comes flying in. So what I'm gonna do as we have, you know, reach our final minutes here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull our animation. I'm gonna pull this a little bit closer. I'm gonna see what happens if we pull it closer. Start from here. There we go. That was actually a little bit better. The thing wasn't racing to actually finish the animation. Let's see. Boom. Goes in. It's a little bit still too fast. And this is just the finagling that we have to do with the animation, you know? Let's see. Get into our rectangle. Rectangle. We're going to pull this a little bit more in. I want to make sure. All right. I'm gonna make a guide just so I can see where that other element is or where it ends, so I can bring this other thing in, make sure that's behind it but not going too fast. So boom. Okay, we're gonna bring it a little bit closer in. Rectangle, we'll put it right here. This should be good. Let's try, this is our last, boom. I'm gonna try to finagle it one more time. We'll finagle it one more time, guys. Let's try to do it right where it ends. Okay, I'm gonna take that. It goes a little bit too fast. A little bit too fast. Little bit. I wonder if I put them right on top of each other. I wonder if that's the solution. Watch, guys. I bet it is. I'm just gonna put it right there. And I'm also gonna see, another issue we might have is that they're just not the same size, which... All right, there we go. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Let's elongate this. Let's try. Yeah, so that's you know, something that you know, the timing thing. But let's see, we have the majority down. Let's get on to the next bits. So it goes all the way down. Let's see. Creates a circle and then a check mark. So now, I'm just gonna push this off to the side. I'm gonna go through the animation real quick one more time. 1, 2, boom. All right, duplicate. Actually, I'm gonna make a quick circle. Turn that border off, get that blue that we wanted earlier. Bring this back into picture just so I can get this blue color. And this time I'm gonna save it so I don't have to do that again. All right, here we go. Here's our circle. We're gonna just put it behind everything. Make it a smaller size. And I'm gonna go back to my plugins. I'm gonna go back in and get a check mark. Oh. This would be really interesting. Hold on one second. Ooh. Let me get this really quick. I want to see something. Circle and a check. Huh. I almost want to try this. I'm gonna pull that. Reason being, or we can try. Let's try this. Let's try this. I'm curious to see if this works. And what we're gonna do is we are going to hide this really quick by putting it behind Control Shift left bracket. I'm gonna duplicate this artboard. I'm now gonna go in my layers, pull this down. Also going to duplicate it one more time, and I'll show you guys why. Because now in this artboard, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to close all of this. I wonder if I delete them, what will happen? Which might be an issue because then I won't have any paths. Let's see. So here we're gonna go to prototype. We're gonna extend this over here. Time, blah blah blah. Good. Let's just play. That was funky. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do what we decided we wanted to do from the beginning. So I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna copy. Paste that over here, and we are going to go back to our check plugin here. We're just going to click the check. We're going to make it white. Not the fill. Make this small. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go in and in, just like that. Turn the, well, first before we even do that, we need to copy this and bring it over here. Now we can go in, bring it there, and go in, bring it here, and turn the opacity down. Now what should happen is that it's a little slow. We're gonna do 0.2. Timing 0.2. All right, so now let's check this out from the beginning. Delete item, goes in. All right, that was long. Why was this so long? Oh, why is that a 3-second animation? And why is it spending? And there we go. Now we can go back to our here and go back here. We have it on time, duration, we'll do 3 seconds. Now we will see what we got. Delete item, boom. That was a little late. That was. Instead of time, we're gonna do tap. We're gonna do. Let's do 0.2 seconds. Delete. And what we're gonna do to just finally put this all together, I'm going to select that, Control, Copy, Paste, and I'm actually going to put this at the bottom of the artboard and just hide this once again, so that it's a smooth overall transition. You guys will see what I'm talking about here. So delete, boom, comes out, click it. Oh, as you guys can see, there was a layer mishap, which is why it glitched like that. So we have group 2. Let's see, what layer? Oh, these are on the bottom, or on the top rather. So we're actually gonna push that to the bottom. Same thing with this, that should be on the bottom, good. All right, now it should work perfectly. Delete item, boom, comes out, click it, goes back in. There we go. So that is the end to our 3 different Adobe XD tutorials for our delete button. We can actually make that a little bit faster. That's actually bothering me. 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. Let's do 0.4. I don't know why that's taking so long. Boom. Excellent. Boom, shredded. That is still so 0.6. Let's do that. All right, that works for me, guys. So we have our 3 different tutorials that we went through. We went through our RGB, which is super dope if you guys have stayed for that. We went through a super cool button, just really quick hover animation. And we did our trash can, which was super cool. All right, guys, so that is it for today. It is 7:05. I will be here every Friday between 5 and 7 p.m. If you guys have any questions, just hit me up on Instagram. Let me see if I do this correctly. I totally forgot I could actually do this whole chat thing. And you guys were just discussing about a lot of One Punch and all that good stuff. But, you know, let's call it. This is actually a live. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, that is my handle. You guys can follow me here on Behance. And if you want to learn how to animate, even if you've never touched animation before, you guys can check out my animation course at brandongroce.me. I'll put the link in the chat. And I actually need to change this image because I have changed my live sessions from Monday and Tuesday to Friday. And yes, I can share all of the music in the link. So I'm gonna share all that stuff really quick. Give me 2 seconds. I'm glad you guys like the music. This is actually really calming. I never listen to this. I listen to trap music, but it's very difficult to find trap music that is unlicensed. I think the first time I tried to do that, for those of you guys who are on my first streams, or my first stream, I got hit with so many copyright things. It was an accident, and what I was playing said it was copyright free. So I'm gonna put this in the YouTube chat and the Behance chat, the music. Give me a second to get over to Behance. Let's see. That is the music. Oh, that's odd. All right, and then for those of you guys interested in my animation course, I will also pop that into the YouTube chat as well as Behance. Behance chat is not working, which is fairly odd. I wonder what happened. I wonder if it just like went offline there. But and then, all right, guys. Until next time, I really got to get used to my keyboard actions, but I'm super excited about this. These will actually be turned into tutorials on my Instagram channel, but don't forget, which way am I pointing? Brandon Groce, Instagram, Behance, and brandongroce.me. So until then, guys, I will see you next Friday or on my Instagram channel. Peace.